Kids Online. It is our second week looking at the fruits of the Spirit. So last week we looked at love. So thank you for all of you who did your challenges and sent me your pictures and videos. It was great to see them. But this is our second week. So let's go back to Galatians 5 verses 22 to 23 and make sure we know what the next one is. So I'm sure you remember the fruit of the Spirit is love, then joy. And our fruit that we are going to be using to represent joy is an orange. So why an orange, you say? Well, oranges, when they're cut, look like smiles. So before we get into it properly, let's go and do our Fruits of the Spirit song. Let's get up on our feet and do some praising and worshipping together.
The fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. Fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. If you want to be a coconut, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a banana. The fruit of the Spirit's not a banana. You wanna be a banana? You might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a watermelon. The fruit of the Spirit's not a watermelon. If you wanna be a watermelon, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a lemon. The fruit of the Spirit's not a lemon. If you wanna be a lemon, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit's not a cherry. The fruit of the Spirit's not a cherry. If you wanna be a cherry, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Okay! Everybody knows that grapes come in bunches, so everybody get in big bunches. The fruit of the Spirit's not a grape. The fruit of the Spirit's not a grape. You wanna be a grape, you might as well hear it. You can't be a fruit of the Spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. The fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control.
You guys are getting really good at that song. Don't forget that we're going to be doing it every week, so you should know the words really well by the end. All right, we're going to jump straight into our fruit challenge for this week, and it is the no laugh challenge. Now, the way that we're going to do this with fruit is that you are going to try and squeeze as many slices of orange into your mouth that make it look like a crazy smile, and try not to laugh or get anybody else to laugh. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm just going to make a fool of myself, but we love it, don't we? Okay, so here we go. Orange in the mouth. Okay, I didn't do so great, but you can try it at home. So it is the no laugh orange slice challenge. Just yeah, make sure you've got a tissue nearby. So joy, we talk about joy a lot, but what is joy? Well, here is Neil helping us understand.
So the word joy The word joy or rejoice can mean many different things to many different people. But the Bible defines joy or rejoicing, the way it defines it is a little unusual. The Bible definition of joy kind of means having God with you inside, even though everything on the outside is going bad. Even though everything around you is going a bit wrong, you still have God on the inside. That is joy. James in the Bible said, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials and various situations." Habakkuk, the prophet, said, "Though the fields produce no food, though there's no sheep in the pen, though there's no cattle in the stalls, yet I will still rejoice in the Lord. I will be full of joy because of God, my Savior." And the Apostle Paul, even though he said, even though our hearts ache, we always have joy. We own nothing, and yet we have everything. And that everything is God's presence. Because Psalm 16 verse 11 says, it reminds us that true joy is found in God's presence. That's true joy. So even when everything on the outside is going wrong, on the inside, we can still have joy because God's presence is with us, even in the midst of the problems. Even when we face trials and problems like James, we can still have joy. Even when we have no food like Habakkuk, we can still have joy. Even when our hearts ache like Paul, we can still have joy. Even when people try to put me off from recording this video, we can still have joy. Everything on the outside might be going wrong, but on the inside, I'm feeling good because I know that God's presence is still with me. So that's my understanding of what the Bible calls joy. Now, please excuse me as I go and deal with the person who tried to put me off from filming this video. I think I'm going to have a lot of joy doing this.
Thanks, Neil. That was great. And I didn't realise you had so many socks. Well, one of the verses that Neil mentioned was Psalm 16 verse 11. And this is our memory verse for this week. So here it is. You make known to me the path of life. You fill me with joy in your presence. So it's really short, really simple, very easy to memorize. Now this is actually one of our other challenges for this week, along with our No Laugh Orange Slice challenge. So here are all the challenges for this week to get your tokens. And remember, there is a token for each of the fruits of the Spirit, and you kind of want to get them all. It'll look a bit strange if you don't. So they're really simple to do. You only have to do one. So grab that piece of paper and pen and write down the challenges for this week. So today for our craft, we're going to be making a 3D orange using origami. So all you will need is a piece of square paper. Now this is actually origami paper, so it's got different colors on the back, but any square piece of paper will work. And obviously if you want it to be an orange paper is the best thing to use. So if you have got different sided paper, then you will want to make sure that you're folding the other color inside. So we're going to fold it in half once. And then we're going to fold it in half twice. Alright, now this might be a little bit tricky, but hopefully you can understand what I'm doing. If I hold it up like this, hopefully that's understandable. We basically want to fold this corner down to meet this corner by pressing these sides outwards. So if I put my finger right into the corner, you see how if you press it down, it turns into a triangle, and that's what you want. Okay, so the first one's always easier. The second one can be a little bit more confusing. So same again, we want to press this corner inside to meet this corner here. So we get our finger all the way up to the top and we press it down. I'm going to turn it this way. You see, I'm going to press that corner all the way down to form a triangle. Well done if you've got this far. That's literally the hardest part. So you have a triangle shape or two triangle shapes. And you want to take the long edge corners and bring them up to the top. Both sides. And then you flip it over. And you do the same again. So bring those corners up to the top. Alright, so the next part after you've got to your square is you want to fold your outside corners. If this is the top part here, you want to fold the outside corners into the middle. Okay, and then these top flaps, we're going to, if you look, that bit that you just folded, it's got two, and we're going to tuck that flap into the hole as far as it goes and then press it down. Right, so we're going to tuck it into the hole as far as it goes and then press it down. Now we're just going to repeat this on the other side. So we fold the outside corners in. I'm going to take this top flap and tuck it into the pocket we've made. Push it all the way in and press down. And then the last one. Great, now you're probably wondering how is this an orange, but this is where the fun part comes. Because if you just press it a little bit, you'll see that it's actually got four sides. And one end will be closed, but the other end has a tiny little hole in it. And the really cool thing is if you blow into this hole, it will blow up like a balloon. So let me blow mine up. Ta-da! So here we go, a 3D orange. So I hope you remember that joy is not happiness. They are different things. We can have joy in any situation. So this week, let's try and be joyful. Even when our days go bad, even when we're sad, even when we're angry, we can still have joy because God gave us joy. It's something that is within us and it will never go away. So that's it for this week. We are going to put our joy token up on our tree. Here we go. Joy. And we are going to be back next week looking at the next fruit of the Spirit. So why don't you check what that one is ahead of time. And I will see you again next Sunday.